Hi there, it's Lety, and this is Lety's English Podcast, your space to learn English, find inspiration, and live your best life. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I'm so glad you're here with me. I want to start today with a question: where are you right now as you listen to my voice? Maybe you're at home, walking outside, or on your way somewhere. Do you feel alone? Is it just you in this podcast, sharing a small moment in a big world? Wherever you are, I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to share a message that changed my life, and I hope will change yours. You'll never walk alone. Truly, no matter how it feels, you are not alone on your path. Now, maybe you're thinking, Lety, that's easy for you to say. I'm the one listening alone, unsure, maybe struggling while others look so confident. But that's only what you see from the outside. Inside, everyone is carrying their own worries, dreams, and the question, am I good enough? I've been there too. Let me take you back to when I first started learning English. Sitting in a classroom, it always felt like everyone else was smarter and quicker. And my heart would race when it was my turn to speak. Sometimes I stumbled, my face turned red, and I wanted to disappear. Then one day after class, a girl named Sophia came to me and said, "I'm so glad you made that mistake. Last week, I said it wrong too." We laughed, and in that moment, I realized I wasn't the only one. Sophia and I started to help each other, sharing new words, laughing at our mistakes. That's when I learned you'll never walk alone, not in English, not in life. Have you noticed how much easier something feels when you know someone else is doing it too? If you're climbing a mountain and see footprints ahead, you're less afraid. If your favorite singer once struggled with the guitar, you have hope. It's the same with language, with work, with anything worth doing. Let's talk about English for a moment. It can feel big and confusing, so many words, so many rules. Sometimes you learn a word and forget it the next day, or you can't get your mouth to make the right sound, and it looks like native speakers are just born knowing everything. But the truth is, every English speaker, even native ones, makes mistakes. Learning isn't a straight road. There are bumps, stops, and beautiful views. And right now, there are millions of people just like you, practicing English and hoping to improve. When I was in university, I joined an online group for English learners from all over the world. I was nervous at first, worried about my accent, my grammar, but I soon realized everyone else felt the same. We helped each other, laughed at our mistakes, and became friends. Some of those friends are still part of my life today. We weren't perfect, but we were together. Learning English is more than memorizing words or getting every verb tense right. It's about connecting, sharing your story, and listening to others. Every time you reach out, every time you speak, even if you make mistakes, you build a bridge. Sometimes you build a bridge to others, sometimes to your stronger self. I once had a student, Diego, who started learning English in his 50s. At first, he would always apologize for his terrible English. But when he finally shared a story about his childhood in front of the class, everyone cheered. One classmate told him, "Thank you, Diego. You gave me courage." That's when I saw it again. You'll never walk alone. Your courage might give someone else the strength to take a step. Maybe you're thinking, but what if I really am alone? What if I have no friends or classmates to practice with? First, you have me here cheering you on. Second, the world is full of people who want to learn and grow, just like you. There are podcasts, YouTube channels, forums, apps, and groups for every learner. Sometimes all it takes is one comment, one message, one small step to find a new companion. Have you ever noticed how walking with a friend makes a long road feel short? When I was a child, I walked to school with my best friend. If it rained, we shared an umbrella and sang silly songs. If the walk felt long, we invented stories and turned the journey into an adventure. It's the same with English. On hard days, a friend makes the journey lighter. Let's talk about mistakes. Sometimes we're so scared of getting it wrong, we stop trying. But think of a toddler learning to walk. They fall, laugh, and try again, cheered on by everyone around. That's how you should treat yourself. Every time you stumble, get back up. There's a whole community cheering for you. Have you ever found encouragement from a stranger? Maybe someone liked your comment or answered your question online. Sometimes the people who help us most aren't the ones we know well, but those who have walked the path before and want to help the next person. That's what I hope this podcast is. A hand on your shoulder, a gentle reminder you are not alone. I once had a class full of teenagers who thought English was boring. I gave each student a postcard and asked them to write something encouraging in English for a classmate. The room was soon filled with laughter and smiles. Those postcards stayed on the wall all semester, little reminders that we were all in it together. Now, think of one thing you've achieved in English, maybe finishing a book, having a conversation, or understanding a song. Feel proud and imagine sharing that feeling with someone else. Your story could inspire someone else to keep going. When you encourage others, you find more strength yourself. Sometimes support comes from unexpected places. A movie, a book, a song, a teacher, or an online community where people celebrate every small success. Once, a student told me, "I listen to your podcast every night. It makes me feel like I'm not alone." That's all I wish for every learner, to know you belong and someone is walking beside you. It's easy to compare ourselves to others. Maybe someone learns faster or speaks more fluently, but everyone's journey is different. Some started years ago, some yesterday. Some have more support, but everyone has their own challenges. Instead of comparing, try connecting. Ask for advice, share your struggles, and celebrate success together. Focus on the journey, not just the destination, and you'll find more joy. You're not just learning English for yourself. You're learning for the friends you'll make, the stories you'll hear, the people you'll help. Every new word is a door. Every mistake is a lesson that brings you closer to someone else. Every effort you make adds to the bridge connecting you to a bigger world. Don't forget to laugh. Humor is a universal language. Once I complimented a friend's dessert, but accidentally said I liked her dessert. She said, "Well, thank you, but I'm not that dry." We laughed so much, and I never forgot the difference again. Those moments make the journey memorable. If you ever feel discouraged, try reaching out. Leave a comment, join a group, message a teacher or fellow learner. Share your challenges and triumphs. Ask questions. You'll find many people ready to walk beside you and remind you you'll never walk alone. Maybe you're shy. Maybe you fear judgment. That's normal. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking a step forward anyway. Every step you take makes the road easier for you and for the next person. Progress can be slow, like a tree growing. Day by day, it's hard to see, but over time, you'll realize how far you've come. Maybe a year ago, you struggled with hello. Now, you can share your thoughts, maybe even tell a joke. Celebrate every step. Everyone who tries is part of your team. Imagine you're in a tunnel. At first, it's dark and lonely. But as you keep going, you see lights ahead, other people holding candles, lighting the way. Every step you take lights the path for someone behind you. Every time you reach out, the journey gets brighter for everyone. Let's promise, you and I, next time you feel alone, remember someone else is taking a step with you. Maybe you can't see them, but you are not alone. And if you need a friend or some motivation, come back to this podcast or community. I'll be right here cheering you on. Thank you for walking with me today. I'm proud of you, I believe. In you, and I can't wait to see where your journey takes you. Remember, you'll never walk alone. If this episode helped you, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Lety's English podcast for more inspiration and English lessons every week. Take care, keep shining, and I'll see you next time.